If she had only been ugly, we would still be together.
All right, guys.
All right, Evan's ready. Josiah's ready. Jonathan Katz is here. I'm Don Irrera from the TV, the guy from the TV, and the podcast guy. And welcome to, what's it called? Don Irrera, live from the Laugh Factory. We have Jonathan Katz, one of my favorite comedians, but more importantly, one of my favorite people. And there's my phone, son of a bitch, Julianne. Sorry I was so busy last night. This girl is so hot. She just got a horror movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
What's the name of the movie?
Suck That Cock.
Oh, that is a horror movie. Tom, I have to apologize to you and
Are you actually texting?
No.
As soon as the show starts?
I'm apologizing to you and Josiah because my nephew is in a crisis mode, and I told him I'd be available if he calls.
Oh.
If he has his own ringtone.
Put it up to the mic. That's funny, John. Now, how long have you been a prop act?
Well, I would say the first time I worked with prop. No, I'm not a prop act. You know that, Tom. I know you're making a joke there because I'm familiar with your comedy.
You are a prop act. I mean, when I first saw you, guitar act, prop act, same old hacky shit. John, by the way, this is a journalistic thing more. Forget about our friendship.
Right.
I'm going to drill you today.
Okay.
Talk to you about some of the things you've done wrong in your life, your problem with young girls.
I make my own now.
Make your own girls?
Yeah.
How are you, my brother?
I'm good. You know, I remember when Julia.
Speak into that mic, John.
I remember
what
when
you think.
I'm not even going to mention her name, but
Julia,
when
your
my daughter,
your darling daughter, who I love very much.
When she was about 14 or 15, and her body started becoming the body of a young woman.
Yeah, I remember that very clearly.
And I said to you, Dom, I'm worried because she walked by the other day and I checked her out.
Yeah.
And you said, John, don't worry about it. That's what guys do. And I said, but every time?
Every time.
And then I held for the laugh.
It's like it's like a dog. It's like a dog that gets happy every time you come home. You check out a young girl.
Yeah.
We were talking about, Mike Ciccone and I were talking about how you can't say certain things.
Mike who?
Mike Ciccone, you know him? Comedian?
Oh, yeah.
His daughter, he has two daughters. One of them's already an adult. The other one's a young girl. And, you know, she's developing, and you use key words because you can't say, boy, your daughter's smoking. I remember catching myself and go, boy, Sophia's looking very athletic lately.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Looks like that kid could do a number on a pole.
Yeah.
Anyway, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. It was good to see you in New England. And maybe your viewers don't know that's part of the original colonies.
New England, well, I considered it Massachusetts. I didn't consider the whole region. I never say, like, if I saw you in New York, it's good to see you in the middle Atlantic states.
You wouldn't say the tri-state area?
I wouldn't say the tri-state area or middle Atlantic. I rarely use.
Hey, do you have any friends or family who was affected by the hurricane?
Yeah, a lot of people. A lot of people. My friend O'Hanlon still doesn't have cable. You know what it's like to live without cable?
I was reading a book, and the hurricane struck, and I lost my place.
The hurricane struck and you lost your place?
Yeah.
Did you just laugh at your own joke?
I kind of did.
That is so sad.
Damn,
I think you need to pull it up a little closer.
Oh.
Just for the guys.
Yeah.
You good, guys?
Is this working out okay, guys?
Is this thing on? Hello, is this on?
You know, you don't have to hold your laughter
Now,
if
why
you're
do
doing
you-
it for me.
Why do you have Bill Broaddus and what's that woman's name next to
Mary
her?
Catherine, because we're pitching a show called Mr. Games, and we pitched it to network television and to other people who are in the business of buying content.
You're still pitching shows, huh?
Can you believe
Don't
that?
you give up? Haven't you made enough money in this freaking business? Jonathan had one of the best shows ever called Dr. Katz, Professional Therapist. And he was Dr. Katz, Professional Therapist. And every time somebody knows that I was on that show, they talk about how much they love it.
Yeah, Dom was my favorite patient and was
I was
guy,
the sickest.
Yeah, he was a guy with so many problems. A lot of my patients were depressed, but they didn't always show up that way.
Yeah.
Dom would show up with a sandwich, with a beer. He would ask me to dance with him.
Dr. Katz, think I'm falling hard for Dr. Katz. Even though I know that it ain't right every night. It's me and him in my dreams. In my dreams.
You know what Bill and Mary Catherine don't know about you?
What?
Is that you know every Beatles song ever.
Pretty much know every Beatles song. You know, when you know the words to Soldier of Love, you really know the song.
Well, that was the one song they didn't release.
They didn't release that, no.
No. Do you know why what the song Martha, My Love is about?
Martha, My Dear.
Martha, My Dear?
Yeah, it's about McCartney's dog.
See, I didn't know that.
I knew.
Who knew?
I knew. Why you're asking me a rhetorical question?
Yeah.
Was I supposed to answer that?
So there's so many people in Los Angeles who are buying content now.
Well, there's a lot of programs.
Yeah. Yesterday we were on the freeway.
True story.
Yeah, and in the next lane, guy said, "We're looking for animation."
Is this an animated show?
Yeah. I mean, it's conceived as an animated show where if somebody wants to do it with sock puppets, that's fine.
Look, I'm not asking for a part or an audition.
Yeah.
We haven't worked together since Dr. Katz.
Well, you know, your vocal range is so limited because I can go like this, or I can say, Mister, or I can say, well, the whole goddamn thing is theater. But you're like a one note.
Yeah, I am a one note. I know. Well, what I lacked in talent, I made up for in grit.
That's true. No, Dom was the funniest guest and the most.
I love doing the show. I love doing the show because remember when I decided that one day not to do material anymore?
Right.
That was the smartest decision I made.
Yeah.
The shows got 10 times better that I was in.
It's true.
When we didn't fucking stick to the script.
Yeah.
When you were doing comedians material.
Well, the only one who transcended that was Ray Romano.
Ray Romano, yeah.
Because
whatever happened to him? Did he do anything after Dr. Katz?
No, I think that was it. He quit.
Too bad. Good guy.
Yeah.
Had kids.
Kids.
How would he ever work them into a script?
Right. And a wife.
I did a thing with Peter Boyle. I did a thing for Peter Boyle's wife.
Right.
Peter died last year, 2 years ago, and Gilbert Gottfried was there, and the Fred Willard thing.
Right.
I love Fred. The guy got caught. It's horrible. We don't know what happened, right?
Right.
Gilbert was doing a thing. It was so fucking funny. He goes,
I was with Fred Willard the other day, and he didn't know that you could actually masturbate in your hotel room, not around a big crowd of people.
right? It's fucking funny. Fred got really hurt.
You occasionally watch adult programming in your hotel room?
Yeah, occasionally. You know why I watch it, John? 2 reasons. The Mega Pack is such a deal.
Right.
12 to 12, $29.99. You can't go wrong. You lose money by not getting it. And secondly, I support the arts.
You're like the NEA, the National Endowment of the Arts, in a certain way, and you're nationally endowed.
Thank you.
But no, I was watching.
There it goes. First really good joke.
I was watching what I thought was a very tender love story about a couple who was trying to conceive.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden, another guy comes out. This is not my joke even. This is a joke by a guy named Amir Golan.
Why would you do it? This is
I'll do it.
This
I'll
is
do
worldwide.
I will do it with. I will do anyone else's material as long as I give them attribution.
Attribution?
Yeah.
You couldn't even just say credit?
Not on national
public radio. This is NPR.
Not on.
So
not on Laugh
let me ask
Factory.
you this. What were you thinking when I said that we had a 1:30 appointment and I come in and you hadn't gotten your food yet? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Honestly, what was I thinking? I was so hungry, Dom. I wasn't thinking.
But why didn't you just eat earlier?
Because we've been, Mary Catherine's all hopped up on goofballs.
Goofballs?
Yeah, and she has us running
What is
from
this,
meeting.
1958?
Yeah. She's sniffing airplane
What's
glue.
that thing on your arm? No, the left.
Oh, this thing? That's a watch. It's what you call a timepiece.
A wristwatch?
I wear this thing to on my right wrist to raise awareness of MS.
Yeah.
And then I wear my watch on my left hand to raise awareness of my wrist. Don, if everything was a winner, you couldn't afford me.
Oh.
That's an Uncle Dirty line, I think.
Is it right?
Yeah, he said that to Arlene at Bananas.
Oh, I'm working there this weekend. Bananas in Hasbrook Heights.
Right.
I was at the Sydney Opera House 2 weeks ago.
What was that like?
It's great. It's great.
Do they speak the same language we speak?
No, they speak in Maori, indigenous
Right.
island. Yeah, they speak English. They're Australians.
I don't think I've ever met
you
one.
fucking retarded? I like when New Yorkers say that. What are you, retarded?
Yeah.
Todd.
I think Steve Sweeney owns the rights to that word.
Oh, yeah, that's very, very Boston, too.
I keep thinking that tape is much closer, but this is the one. I'm going to move this. Guys, I'm just going to adjust this stool for a minute here. Who does the music for this show?
My friend Ollie Marlin.
Oh.
That
Is
song
he the
that
guy
we wrote,
you wrote a song with?
She Had Only Been Ugly, Still Be Together.
And
She had only... Remember that?
And you have another song now.
I have another song. It's not finished yet. It's called To Let You Down Further. I don't know if it should be To Let You Down Even Further. Because I think even sounds,
To
implies
let you down
that.
even
What do you think's
further.
funnier?
It depends on how it scans with the music. To let you down...
Just to let you down further.
Just to let you down further. As far as it goes. As far as I can. Just to let you
I
down
don't know. I
far,
have to see
further.
the lyrics. I'll get them. I'll show them to you. When are you leaving?
Don't you mean how long can I stay?
I mean, how long can you stay?
On the 20th.
Oh, you're here for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving tomorrow. Lucky I got to see you. I had to see you through a
It's-
podcast. Did you want to plug something on here?
Yeah, what I'd like to talk about is this show. I don't know if you've seen it. It's called Explosion Bus. And you can see it. It's a web series.
Explosion Bus on the web.
It's at explosionbus.com.
Explosionbus.com.
Or you can find it on my site, which is jonathankatz.com. Remember when people used to say, "Why don't you come over for dinner?"
You really sold that show very well.
No, it's so good. It is.
There
really,
you go. Now
Thank you
you-
for reminding me. No, it's really
Well,
funny.
here's what you said. It's called Explosion. It's on
No. It's really funny. It's about this. It's about these two pathetic men, and I'm one of them. And the other one is played by a guy named Tom Leopold. Do you know Tom?
Tom Leopold.
He's a writer. Was a writer on Seinfeld. And
Yeah, I know Tom.
And
Does he have white hair?
yeah,
Yeah.
he plays my sexually ambivalent sidekick. We're also we're playing guys in our 30s, although oddly enough, we're not. And,
Yeah, but it doesn't matter in animation.
Yeah.
I mean, Homer Simpson's a woman.
You don't have to get vicious.
Why? Fuck you. You fat bastard. You fat Jew bastard.
Tell me I have a... did you once tell me I had a
I
deviant...
never knew you were Jewish for years. I
Oh,
thought
that's
you were
right.
a wasp.
Yeah, and I thought Larry Miller was a wasp.
Larry Miller seems like a wasp.
Yeah, how's he doing? Because I know he had...
I don't know. I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
Boy, he's a funny guy.
I didn't think he was that funny.
What did I say?
You said he was a funny guy. I always thought Jerry was the best of that group.
Jerry...
Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh,
Jerry
not
who? Jerry Lewis?
I'm not familiar with his work.
Well, he does this thing where he observes things and he can't believe these people are that dumb.
Yeah.
Like he'll say something really clever and very bright and funny, and
Yeah.
then he'll go, "Who are these people?" Because he's really not sure who they are that would do stuff like this.
Do you remember when Paul Reiser thought that... Or Richard Lewis thought that Paul Reiser was ripping off his attitude?
Which is, by the way, a little weird because if you look at both of those guys and you watch Woody Allen, you'll see a lot of the same tendencies.
Yeah. Right.
You know.
Right. You know, I don't do impressions, John, but... No, that was good. That was a good Woody Allen. Who was the guy who just
My mother,
did...
folks.
Some guy just did Woody Allen for a living. One of our
That's always a
contemporaries.
bad thing.
Yeah.
Go back to the guy who imitated Kennedy. Vaughn Meader, I think his name was.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Your whole life is predicated on an imitation of one guy. and a guy gets his head blown off
Poof.
in
You're
a
out of
car.
work. And it was just whiplash.
Ain't life a motherfucking bitch, Johnny Katz? You know who you is and who you ain't, who you was and who you ain't.
Going to Philly this week. I'm excited.
Oh, are you? Oh, you could try to see Julia and Dwayne and
Yeah, I'd
Thea?
love to see her. Will you give me her number?
Yeah,
I'll-
what's the
her measurements?
what's the venue you're working at?
It's called Helium Comedy Club. If she had on.
Let me try it now.
John,
Should
this
I?
is a show, you know.
Oh, right. Okay, I'm sorry. I lost my place. Okay.
You know, this is a real show.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey-
if it's good enough, it's going to go on the air. But you got to like.
I gotta give you something that's.
Give me a story. Give me
Okay,
something.
here's a
Now, what
story
did you-
about. Okay, so let me tell you more about the explosion bus. There are two guys living on a bus,
Funny.
and they are trying to put the fictitious equivalent of American Idol out of business. They drive to where the talent. They drive to where the talent is, and so far we've done more than 20 episodes, and it's been seen by more than 3 people in 2 different countries, not counting Canada.
3 people in 2 countries.
Yeah.
So it's a very specific show, a very specific.
No, but no,
demographic.
it's a really wonderful show. Now I can't the relationship between me and Tom Leopold is comparable in the density of the comedy to what I had going with John Benjamin and Dr. Katz. That really is a place where a guy your age, an adult, would find comedy.
John Benjamin. Now, doesn't he do a series?
He does Archer. He does Bob's Burgers. I just did a role for Bob's Burgers, and
I don't know those shows, but that doesn't matter. I had John Henson on, who I loved. He's fucking
Right.
great, and he had a show, and I don't even remember the name, but he's been on for 6 years, and I didn't know it. I watch too much Sports Center. Why
Yeah.
do I care about these fucking guys?
You know what I do for a living now?
I know it's not common.
I do hair and makeup for Kevin Garnett. That would have been funny if I'd remembered his name.
Kevin Garnett. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always funnier when you actually
Yeah.
make the joke and
Wait,
say
let me,
the
let me,
right
let me,
name.
can we
Kevin
try that one again,
Burnett.
guys?
Burnett. Oh, I was thinking of Mark Burnett.
Josiah? Can I try that one again?
No.
Ask me what I do for a living.
John, what do you do for a living?
I do hair and makeup. I can't say
Hey, John,
Yeah.
what do you do for a living? I've seen your act.
Oh, now I do makeup for Kevin Garnett.
Oh, what about hair?
Didn't I say hair and makeup?
No, you just said now I do
Oh, I do
makeup.
hair and makeup for Kevin Garnett.
You're doing good. Stand-up's really going. You really been. You got your chops back, huh? I can't
Yeah.
even talk.
You know, just did a
I
movie.
love John's stand-up. He has some of the funniest lines I ever met.
Yeah.
Ever heard. What was the line? I think my wife's cheating on me.
Oh.
The parrot.
Oh, yeah. Lately, I think my wife has been fooling around because her parrot keeps saying, "Give it to me hard and fast," before my husband. I'm laughing at my own jokes. I love my comedy.
I love your comedy. I love the fact that much you love it.
I come home and my parrot saying, "Give it to me hard."
Give it to me hard and fast before,
Before
my
my
husband
husband,
Jon Katz comes home. And yes, I
I'd
would
love
like
a cracker.
A cracker. You. That's the way I thought you said it. Because
Yeah.
last time we did it, you said yes, a cracker would be lovely.
No, just a cracker.
Right. But that's what you said.
Yeah. But I have a bird who not only does he bite, he's verbally abusive, and my wife and I are considering paying somebody to have him taken out.
To have the bird expunged from life.
Yeah, I mean he's been living behind bars for 14 years for a crime he did not commit.
That's the Jon Katz
Hey.
that I love.
We have a bird and a dog named Bongo.
So what is your problem with Larry David?
I would say it's his professional jealousy of me.
Whatever happened to Larry? I wonder how rich Larry is now. Remember when he was struggling?
You know, you can't put a dollar value on the kind of money he has. I
These
remember-
jokes are not for everybody.
Yeah, they're
Some
for
people don't
everybody
even
else.
consider them jokes.
I remember his line he did as a stand-up was I saw him do it at
The
Catch.
hand fiesta.
No, it was would it be okay if I used a familiar Spanish a status instead of a. It's something that didn't work, but I liked it. But my favorite Larry David joke is about he had a job working for the guy at Ringling Brothers who did the Freak Show, and these two drop-dead beautiful Siamese twins show up. These two beautiful women show up.
Well, was it a Siamese twin?
Siamese twins.
Twins.
Yeah, and they show up to audition for the Freak Show, and they said, "We also juggle." And the guy said, "I don't think you need the juggling."
Larry David did that joke?
Yeah, it's a great
Remember
joke.
Ronnie Shakes' joke about he'd go to his therapist for years,
Yeah,
and the guy never said anything to him. Finally, he said, "No hablar inglés."
right. My favorite Ronnie Shakes joke, and this is a contemporary of ours who died much too young. My favorite joke of his was, I got thrown in the joint for some trumped-up charge, and they said I'm allowed one phone call. Nobody calls.
That was his joke. Huh?
Yeah.
Funny guy.
Yeah.
You realize how bad some of the comedy was in the 80s, but we
Yeah.
didn't know it because we were
It was just energy. It was just guys with energy.
Yeah.
And I
I know, and I don't want to name some of the guys
Right.
because I like them too much.
Right.
But I didn't realize, because there was a real dearth in comedy until now. Some of the guys are really good.
Right.
Joe Rogan is excellent. Dov Davidoff,
Right.
Brian Callen. There's a lot of good guys.
Right.
Daniel Tosh is great. But there was a time.
Dana
there
Gould.
was a time.
Dana Gould is a great comedian.
I was so broken heart. Daniel Boone?
No, Dana Gould?
Oh, Dana Gould.
Yeah.
I thought you said Daniel Boone. Daniel Boone. He was no Davy Crockett, but the guy was funny.
You know who I really admire enormously is the late Chuck Connors.
Chuck Connors. Well, he played
Bum,
baseball.
bum, 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 ba-da-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum.
You know the words to the Rifleman?
They didn't have words.
Oh, they did.
What were the words?
I don't want to tell you. I'll tell you the words to Bonanza.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Bonanza.
Yeah. Whose joke
No, they
was
really
it?
are words.
Somebody
There's
had
words
it-
to The Godfather, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, you're beautiful.
Father.
Harder than a rock. Can I see a
You know the new James Bond movie is coming out soon.
Yeah, I can't fucking deal with James Bond. I don't really give a shit about James Bond anymore.
My first job was as a messenger for a company that my dad got me the gig, and I would knock on somebody's door. They'd open the door, and I'd hand them something, and I'd go, Bond, Israel Bond.
Bond, Israel Bond.
Yeah, that's not that funny. I got a lot of.
It's kind of funny.
I got a lot of
laugh
Bonds.
out loud funny, but
No.
it makes you think.
No,
Makes
I got
you
a lot
think about maybe get into some other business.
makes you think. Geez, I wish it was a little bit funnier. So how is Jenna and Lisa and
Jenna's my goddaughter. Lisa's my ex-wife. John knows them very well. They're good. Lisa's still doing theater in the
Right.
Athens, Georgia area, and Jenna's living with me, going to college.
did
Out
Lisa-
of college, money spent. See no future, pay no rent. All the money's gone, nowhere to go. Boom, boom, boom.
Boy, it's a good thing you own the rights to their catalog. Hey, did Lisa ever get her taint mounted?
Her taint?
Yeah, I know.
You know, her
her
taint-
dream was to have it mounted on the
Yeah.
wall.
No, her taint was known for its tautness. They called her a taut taint,
Yeah.
Tessie,
Yeah,
in alliteration.
yeah.
This is the worst interview I've ever done.
We haven't gotten to the good stuff yet, Tom.
John, you always conceal your pain with humor. Tell me about something that really hurts you.
It really hurts me.
Okay, let's move
Okay,
on.
no,
to
wait.
something.
My bladder function.
Your bladder?
Yeah.
Now, is this...
That's one of the things with MS is that people don't. This is the sexiest part about this disease. I can walk up to any woman at a bar, any age, and say to her, "How's your bladder function?" If I know she has MS.
You got to know that, though. You
Yeah.
can't make that mistake.
Right.
You can't say, I'm sorry, I
Otherwise-
thought you had
otherwise
MS.
You get smacked.
That was another, reminds me of another Jon Katz joke about if you had known you needed a ride home, you could have made arrangements.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is when I had been married a couple of years. I had lost my single instincts, and I went to this party in Hollywood, I think it was, and this beautiful blonde starlet. Nobody uses the word starlet anymore. They say
No.
actress. This beautiful blonde actress comes up to me.
Starlet.
Starlet comes up to me and says, "Any chance I can get a lift home?" And I said to her, "If you knew you were going to need a ride home, you should have made travel arrangements."
Phew. You see, the joke was that she was
Did
a
I
hot
not-
blonde, so you lost your touch.
Oh, damn.
Where's Bill Broaddus? He's not coming in here?
Well, he has my rare roast beef sandwich with rye bread and Russian dressing. Let me see if we should get them in here. He's,
Maybe they're eating. How's it going so far, guys?
I'm sorry, Tom.
That's funny. It's again. It's good. It's good that you're not a prop back.
It's a prop back callback. Call Bill Broaddus on the mobile phone.
Which one?
He said the fucking mobile phone. You stupid Siri cunt.
Calling Bill Broaddus. Mobile.
Siri, your mother's a microchip. Jon Katz.
Oh, yeah.
1985.
Yeah. Colder than the witch's tit Celsius. Remember that one?
No.
I'm putting him on the speaker. It's almost like having him here, isn't it?
You're great for the show, John. You're gonna fucking zoom the ratings.
Wait,
Your energy's terrific.
give me a big thumbs up, would you? Do you know when I did the Tonight Show, I was waiting for that. I was so anxious to get one of
Did
these
you get
guys.
your thumbs up?
Hi, you've reached Bill Broaddus' voicemail. Please.
Sounds like a kid.
That's his daughter. When I did the Tonight Show, I was so anxious to get this from Johnny
Yeah.
that I gave him one
Did you do the Tonight Show with Johnny?
twice.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Letterman 9 times. Conan 7 times. Sweetheart. Bill Broaddus?
Yes.
Why don't you come in? We're dying.
Going lunch?
Yeah, but come on in. No, yeah, come on in. Be an audience. Be people.
Yeah, you can come in if you want. We're not going to use any of this anyway, right?
Yeah. Okay, so just the door is
podcast
unlocked.
is this?
Okay.
Who's going to watch this?
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Maybe we'll get 5 minutes.
Well, you're gonna get some good stuff. How long are most of these segments?
Well, we usually do an hour, but with you, we're going to have to do 4 hours to get a half an hour.
No, Dom. This gold here. There's
It's
gold.
comedy
here.
gold.
You know, when Julia was, I don't know, when she was a teenager, she asked us.
Did you ever hear the words "pick up the pace"? Pick up the pace.
If she could go on birth control pills, and we thought she was too young.
What was she?
I don't know, 16 or something. So we gave her placebos.
That's funny.
Keep it rolling, cats.
But yeah, you're a joke writer.
Yeah.
But you do some old jokes. You used to do the bear, but I can't believe
Young
it.
polar bear
I'm fucking
comes home
freezing.
from work.
And
True
the other
story.
one was about I'm going to remain perfectly still.
Yeah.
That was an old joke, but you tried to get away with it.
No,
like
that
it
was my
yours.
joke.
No, it wasn't.
It was. Belzer had a similar joke.
Are you serious? You
Yeah.
wrote that joke?
Yeah.
Now, what about the one joke, the pass the salt, please?
That's my joke, and it was I did it on Letterman.
That was your joke?
Yeah,
That's
I did
a
it on
great
Letterman,
joke.
and the next week, Paul Schaefer told the same joke on the same show. Tony Curtis told that joke on the Tonight Show.
Really?
Yep,
Paul Schaefer stole your joke on his own show?
it's not right. It's just not right.
It's not right.
I had dinner with my dad last week, and I made a
This
classic.
week, but your dad. Oh, go ahead.
And I made a classic Freudian slip. I meant to say, "Can you pass me the salt, please?" But it comes out, "You prick! You ruined my childhood." Totally destroyed the mood of his birthday party. But he was the roughest time for him was turning 81
Why is that?
because
Because he died at 79?
because all these games that are for kids from 8 to 80, you had to get. I'm not telling the joke correctly, Dan, but it's a really good joke. You know what I mean?
Well, that's good because
Yeah.
if you don't tell it correctly, tell people what they would have heard had you
Yeah.
said it right.
Oh, I hear someone.
Is that them?
Yep. Mary Catherine.
Mary Catherine?
She's
I don't think
probably-
so.
Oh.
I should have told them to come in the front.
Oh, here's some guy thinking of me.
Who was it?
A guy named Charlie Johnson.
Who's Charlie Johnson?
Who's Charlie Johnson? Do you ever hear the expression, "You're no Charlie Johnson"?
No, I thought that was John F. Kennedy.
Oh. No, Charlie Johnson used to work for me.
He used to work for you. Did you make a lot of money?
In show business?
Yeah.
No. But I did very well in the market. I played. I've been playing the market since
Are
I
you
was,
serious?
Yeah, since I was a kid. I played the ponies and I played the market.
You played
Love
the ponies?
Love the ponies, love the ladies. Actually, I don't really love the ponies.
John was a ranked ping pong player.
1964 New York State
Wow.
champion.
Were you really?
Yeah.
God, I wish that I could
Oh, I
have
played
spent some
ping pong
time.
yesterday.
How was it?
And it was good. I played a kid at one of the meetings we took. Maybe it was Hulu or Amazon. I don't know. Everybody's looking for comedy.
What? I don't even know how you got so good. How did you gambled, right?
Yeah, yeah. I had
I love that game. By the
no.
way.
I had my mother was sick. My dad was unemployed, and I had to support us. The only way I knew how
You're
is
so
to
full
hustle.
of shit.
Okay, I just love the game so much.
The biggest bullshit is when people say, I paid my way through college by hustling pool."
Yeah,
What the
nobody ever did that.
That's such bullshit.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
would be that stupid? How big would that college have to been
Well-
for you to shoot pool in that area?
You know my good friend David Mamet, who doesn't really exist.
David Mamet.
Yeah, we used to hustle.
This is not his audience.
We used to hustle ping pong.
Is he good?
No, but
How can he hustle it if he wasn't
because
good?
he
was your
would
back?
he was my shill. People would lose, would be able to beat him, lose a lot of money, win a lot of money, and then I say, okay, I obviously can't beat you. Why don't you let my friend try it? And I would say, I'll spot you 15 points, but during each point, you have to recall some incredibly difficult experience from your adolescence.
That's very hurtful.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
About as good as this. Okay, what? Give me one. Give it just one more time. Hey, Bill, are you here?
No, he's not here.
Oh,
You're not
I
going to do it.
wanted him to test you on a Beatles song.
Test me on a Beatles song? What are you kidding?
I'm so tired.
I haven't slept a wink.
I'm so tired.
My mind is on the blink.
I wonder.
Should I get up, fix myself a drink?
Oh, no. Anything else, please.
Oh, no.
Do you remember who else was part of the British invasion?
British invasion. British invasion. British invasion.
You know, they called the arrival of the Beatles part of the British invasion, the Rolling Stones,
Right.
Paul Revere
Rolling
and the
Stones are
Raiders.
still fucking around. 50 years.
Yeah.
Oiga, volta fish.
Dab, you know all the key Jewish phrases.
I love the Jewish phrases. I think the Yiddish descriptive adjectives, whatever they are, he's a schmuck, he's a Schweizer, those things,
Yeah.
the oy vey, who can't get any better than that. Oy vey Ishmir,
You know, my
a
mother-in-law.
bissel.
My mother-in-law is 86, and I went to look for a dress for her in Beverly Hills. I'm pointing over there to Beverly Hills.
Yeah, it's that way.
Yeah, in Beverly Hills, and the woman said, "What is she like?" And I said, "Well, she's into death and morbidity." And she said, "Let's go to handbags."
I don't really get that. It just sounds funny.
Yeah, well, she's making the joke essentially
Oh,
in that story, but
are you getting sleepy?
no, you kidding me? This is just starting to kick in. I could go a whole other 2.5 hours
No, you can't.
and still not say anything
Not on
funny.
my watch. John, it's good to see you. I miss you in my life. come to Boston. I don't see you anymore.
Yeah.
The old days.
Yeah, it's not the same. You know
Remember
what
the
I
time at Nick's?
you know what I can do for your audience? I don't know. You think they'd enjoy seeing
They're gone, by the way.
a geriatric pole dance?
Yeah.
I don't. Do you? I got to get the right song here. Play the Continental Walk.
Now playing Continental Walk.
She's cheating on me.
Can you hold this to the mic?
That's really good. Now, you know. Oh yeah. Get me $1, John.
Oh, that was exhausting.
Oh, that was very hot. It's amazing the sexual energy that creates. Now, how much is that?
Sorry.
Oh yeah, don't stop it.
Stop it. Remember that song though?
No, I don't remember that song.
Me neither.
Oh, thanks, John. I told you you're not a gimmicky act.
No.
You're more of a writer.
Tom, can I test your reflexes?
Yeah.
You have to cross your legs. Oh no, I'm panicking.
Are you really?
No.
So you're out here to pitch shows. You're living in Newton.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing some stand-up.
Right.
You have MS.
Well, when I did a movie last week,
What'd you do?
a movie called The Truth About Lies, I played a cowboy.
You played a
Or
cowboy?
a shrink, I forget, one or the other.
Oh, it's either a cowboy or a shrink.
Yeah, I only do two things.
Or a cowboy who shrunk.
Yeah. But it
Even
was
I'm not funny this show. You managed to make me unfunny. I used to be funny. I don't know. Evan? Is anybody... Evan?
Hey, can you turn up the talent in the monitors?
Is anybody going to watch this? He's gone.
He
He
left.
quit. We have no engineers.
My dad used to tell me,
Josiah?
brother, want me to do... So this is right from the book of Genesis again.
From the book of Genesis?
Yeah.
Funny stuff.
It says here in Genesis in 1 chapter 1 that the children of Israel were sinning.
That's good.
Okay.
Now,
It's got energy.
Does MS make you feel sick, or what is it? What does it feel like?
It's like you were never allowed to take off your shoes again. Or, you lose a certain degree, in my case, a certain degree of dexterity. It's
How can
different.
you play ping pong then? And shoot pool?
Well,
Muscle memory?
yeah. And dexterity is different. It's more like playing the guitar I can't do anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But you could still hit a ping pong ball?
Yeah.
That's cool. I'd love for you to show me some stuff.
Yeah.
How about pool?
And pool is tricky because my eyes are so messed up.
Oh.
But I did once spot you 35 in a game to 50,
I was so mad.
and I caught you at 40, and it just because you thought I was good that you couldn't.
I broke the stick over
Yeah.
the table.
Yeah.
Then I beat you the next time,
Right.
even up.
Right.
Isn't that amazing how psychological it is?
Yeah, it's a very.
And you used to do a thing which was really a hustle move, but I didn't know at the time.
Playing
You would
safe?
stand on the table and play with hit your fingers on
Yeah.
the table. And
Yeah.
now that I played a lot of pool,
Have you
and
played with Harlan at all?
yeah, I play with Hargan. He's crazy. He puts
Oh
the
my!
sticks in
He's like the most emotional pool player.
Joe Rogan is really good. I play
Yeah.
with him a lot. So that's
Right.
taught me the real rules of pool.
Do you play 9-ball with him, or do you play straight pool?
We play 9-ball and 10-ball.
Yeah.
No, 10-ball. Seriously, it's a new. It's a game that all the kids are playing. It's the latest fad. It's like the Continental Walk.
Let my people in. Oh, Bill Brothers just
He doesn't know where to go.
no.
Tell him to go to the front door. I'll let him in.
Oh.
You keep the show moving.
Okay, you take a little break. I can keep it rolling here.
Go ahead.
Here's a couple of things you probably don't know about Dom Irrera. We met the first time we met. His family had just come over from Italy, and I had just come up from Ellis Island, and I'm sorry.
What? He's there?
Yeah, please.
Oh yeah.
You remember
Evan, do
Steve?
we have anything we could use out of this?
Remember Steve Middleman's joke about every Jew's fantasy was to be mistaken for Italian?
No.
It's a great joke.
He's a good kid, Evan. He's a producer.
He polished up the handle so carefully. Oh, no. I don't have to sing.
A blessing on your head, mazel tov, mazel tov. Like Grandma Zeidel said, mazel tov, mazel tov.
We watched.
Such your son-in-law.
We watched Fiddler the other night and we're thinking about you.
What, you watch Fiddler?
Yeah.
I love Fiddler. A lot of people don't know that about Tough Goomba.
Please put them together for Mary Catherine Micah and William T. Broadus.
Bill Broadus.
Didn't we figure out what the T stood for? You made it up. Oh, I did. Okay.
I did a bit that I do a bit now that Bill used to do. About the dentist and the metal object going in the mouth.
Oh yeah.
It seems to work.
Yeah.
Because I had to look up his performance with Dr. Katz to steal it correctly.
Yeah. Were you my first two patients?
I don't know.
The first episode, I think so. You and Bill.
I was your first patient before when we got the teaser.
Before we got on the air. Yeah, just doing the interstitials.
That we did that at on reel-to-reel tape. Can you imagine?
Yep.
For Comedy Central, and yeah, we got that. Who's that? Don't walk through a podcast. We're concentrating. I'm kidding you. She said sorry. I'm an artist. Son of a bitch.
You know what you guys?
Heads are gonna roll around here, Johnny.
What you guys missed was me taking 20 minutes just to get in character.
But you know what's great about you? You don't. And I always love this. You never pandered to the crowd by trying to quote entertain them. Well, you always did your own special brand of whatever the fuck you were doing.
Yeah.
And you'd add a song to it.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
You know what I experienced as a comedian, which you probably never did, was looking at the audience and seeing all these people saying, "You are not what I had in mind."
My favorite Jon Katz moment was, when we used to work. Bill, look, he's texting. He's been in here 2 minutes. It's so boring. He can't pay attention for 2 minutes. Like whatever the fuck he's texting is so important. He couldn't wait. No, I don't like sourdough. I told you. But we used to work at this place called Nick's, where the gangsters, the Italian mobsters, and the Irish policemen would walk hand in hand.
Right.
It's like a musical. And we had 3 shows on a Friday night. This is how packed it was. And I begged Jonathan to do the third show with me. He really didn't want to do it. He's a much more mellow act, and he didn't deserve this kind of abuse. But I begged him to do it. And as he's walking to the stage, third show, they start heckling the back of his bald head. They didn't even see his face yet. And they're heckling his bald head, and I'm fucking crying laughing. And then he goes up to the mic, and they're screaming at him, "You suck." He didn't even say a word. He wasn't even given a chance to suck. And then Jonathan goes, "Precisely." And walks off stage.
I don't walk off stage. I hide in the sound booth. I was afraid to walk through the audience.
Well, Richard Lewis did that once. Those guys, they were very nice to me when I went up. I guess maybe because, I'm so down to earth and pretentious for a guy with my immense talent. But Richard was, I guess, maybe New York kind of attitude, and they fucking buried him.
Yeah.
You know how
So you
strong
have to
those guys
follow
were.
Lenny, Don Gavin,
Sweeney.
and Kevin Meaney singing "We Are the World." That was the night you were describing.
Well, Kevin Meaney, listen, talk about not letting something go. We were in Limerick maybe 4 years ago. Now he's gay, right? Which is hilarious.
Yeah, but when
Who
you
would have
say
thought a guy who sang that many musicals would be gay? Isn't that funny that Kevin's gay?
Yeah.
It makes me laugh. I don't care. But
Right.
just the idea of him blowing somebody, that's not right.
Yeah.
That's no cock. What kind of cock is... That's a cock. Get that cock out of here, But John, we're working in Limerick, and Kevin goes on before me.
Now, what is Limerick?
It's a city in Ireland.
Okay.
And it's also a literary term
right,
for
okay. Right.
There once was a man
Randy
from Peru who
Lass.
fell asleep in a canoe.
Right.
While dreaming of Venus, he played with his penis. Woke up with a handful of goo. Ooh, ooh. Is this thing on? Come on. I can't resist the comedy. It comes at me. I hit it out.
Right. So you're working at Limerick.
And Kevin does, first of all, it's a college town. I mean, it's a college, we're at a theater.
Right.
And they were really good kids, but, you know, he does Ethel Merman's Bark. He does Jack Nicholson's Bark, and somebody else, 3 people, John Wayne, Bow fucking wow, right? One of those.
Yeah.
And then he does We Are the World, right? And I'm laughing in the back, and Kevin's got a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
And I say, listen, I just want to tell you, you guys think that you didn't get that, maybe because, you know, he's from America. The American kids wouldn't get it either. I said, first of all, Kevin, it's good to see you're keeping your finger on the pulse of what's happening in music today by that hip new We Are the World thing. They can't. And then I said, he's doing impressions. People, do you think the college kids would know Ethel Merman or especially her Bark?
Not at Limerick. Not in Limerick.
Not anywhere. Not in New York. But he won't let go of that material.
Tom Leopold was like that. He loves ancient references.
Yeah. Like what?
The Greeks.
No, but I mean, what would be a reference you mean?
Oh, he does Sophie Tucker, or he'll do...
Sophie Tucker?
Yeah. You know that joke about Sophie Tucker? I think I heard Heyman tell this
joke.
I
thought is it the same one as the Kate Smith joke?
Yeah.
Is it the punchline nevertheless? Or,
yeah.
Oh. I know, because I like
you don't know it.
I like nevertheless better than I'm not finished yet.
Yeah.
The way I heard it was, you want to tell it?
Yeah, Kate Smith was a very large woman who was a wonderful singer, performer, and
I don't know about that. You ever go see her? Hey, I got some Kate Smith tickets. I'm gonna get laid tonight.
No, she was a talented woman, and she was opening. She was singing something at a boxing match at Madison Square Garden.
We have a word in comedy called editing. Is there any chance you could do that for the podcast?
So
for the 5 people who are still watching us?
So she sings this wonderful song. She leaves the stage, and the announcer of the boxing match says, Kate Smith is a fat fucking whore.
No, you got it totally wrong.
I'm sorry.
You couldn't have botched the joke more. Okay. Here's
okay, do it correctly.
Okay. They had a boxing match in the 80s. In this corner, weighing 145 pounds in the black trunks, Thomas the Hitman Hearns. And in this corner, weighing 147 pounds in the white trunks, Sugar Ray Leonard. Singing the national anthem will be Kate Smith. Some guy stands up. She's a fat fucking pig. She jams tuna fish sandwiches in her twat. I can smell it from here. She's fucking... And the announcer goes, nevertheless, she will be singing the national anthem.
I'm sorry. I like my version.
Your version had the announcer call her a fat pig. So what's he going to call her a fat pig and then him say nevertheless?
You know, the thing is, in comedy, Dom, you don't have to be
make
correct.
Sense?
Yeah.
You don't have to make sense. Well,
remember David Say?
Yeah, good way to pick up the show by remembering some comedian they never heard
from
of.
The 60s.
Can you talk about Daniel Tosh?
Yeah. Talk about Daniel Tosh.
So what about David Say? Tell me.
No, just, you know, we were having dinner in Baltimore, and I told him I'm nervous about, I can't, because I said in my act, I say I had lunch on Tuesday, and then I contradicted in the next joke. And he said, no one's going to check.
He said that?
Yeah.
That's why he's not doing comedy now.
Right. He's a fact checker for Fox.
David Say was known for his unfunny things he would say. And when you do enough of them, you get drummed out of comedy.
No, that was 2 pieces of great advice I got in comedy. That was one of them. The other one was from Carol Siskind, who, when I would say something funny, she would say, write it down.
That's clever, yeah. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
You could use that.
Yeah.
I had some guy telling me something the other night. So weird, you know, when you go out with a girl whose parents are younger than you, You know what I mean? And you tell like it's so I'm with this with her mother and father, and the father's a singer, and he was trying to give me bits. First of all, he's drunk out of his mind. They went to see Barbra Streisand, so I think he might be gay.
Right.
And he was trying to give me a bit. It was so terrible. And then I'm supposed to go, well, you know, maybe I can. And it was a pot thing.
Right.
Like,
That's my ride. Wouldn't every... Oh, would the comedian say it or the waitresses? I think
well, no, waitresses. Why would the waitresses say it? Hold on, sir, before I get you order. That's my ride. Ooh, that waitress is funny. That waitress does stock lines.
Anyway, so finish your story. Down
What's the use? What does it matter?
No, really, it was a good story.
Yeah, it was.
So you're at Limerick.
I'm in Limerick. Kevin Meaney's straight at the time. He's blowing a guy in the back just to see if he's gay.
Right.
And the guy's got an Irish accent. Nothing hotter than an Irish guy coming. Want to do it?
You know,
He goes a little something like this. What were you going to say?
no, when Kevin Meaney was married briefly,
No, yeah, he was married. He was married
Yeah.
twice.
and
He married
had,
a girl in one night
Yeah,
in Vegas.
and he had a daughter.
Yeah.
And I spoke to him on the phone once, and he said, I'm in the tub with a little girl. I said, I hope you're related.
I hope you're not Woody Allen.
Yeah. Sorry, that's not that funny.
Well, neither was mine. I topped it with nothing.
Bill, I mean, Dom, that phone is much too small for a guy your age.
I have 3 phones. I have 3 cell phones with me.
Do you?
I'm a corporation.
Yeah.
Gangili Brothers.
You know, there's only one winner in this podcast.
Who's that? The
Verizon.
audience?
No, Verizon and whoever your carrier is.
I don't know. I don't know. We have good ratings.
Do you?
Because most of the time we have really good comedians on. Seriously.
No, but you asked me to sort of tone down the comedy.
Well, because I didn't want you hitting them full force, Jon Katz.
Right.
It's not fair because somebody could be watching it driving.
Yeah,
They would
that's
drive
true.
off the road. They could-
Have you ever had this experience? You wake up with no sensation in your right hand.
Yeah.
Because you're sleeping in a weird position.
Every night, yeah.
I pinch my fingers. Nothing. I can't feel it.
This is a good way to wrap the show up.
Okay, no, I'm not going to do my act. That's the
Is that
last.
really your act?
Yeah, you know, I pinch my fingers, no feeling. I take a pin from the night table. I prick my finger. My wife screams at the top of her lungs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and hold.
We'll be back with Jon Katz, maybe 2-3 years, when he can write more material to do on my show. Jon Katz, I love you, brother.
Dom, who's coming on next?
Fraser Smith.
Fraser Smith.
Yeah, he's a very.
And is he here now?
Fraser? No. You would
Okay.
notice him, John. It's
Okay.
a big empty room.
You remember when I used to ask?
He's right there. He's under the-
Remember when I used to ask the audience to heckle me? When I'd invite them to heckle
Yeah.
me? Mary Catherine, can you yell out a heckle to me? Like, I'll even suggest one. Your mother wears army boots.
Your mother wears army boots.
You know, it so happens that my mother did serve in the armed forces so that scum like you could live freely.
Wow. How about
Okay.
just blow me?
Yeah.
Didn't you used to say blow me?
Yeah.
That was funny.
No, I think the best comeback I ever did was in Chico, California.
Yeah, I read about that in the trades.
Yeah, okay, let's go. Okay.
what was the comeback?
No, it was a great audience, except one guy would not shut up. And I finally said, I'm sorry, what is your name? And he finally told me his name. And I said, I think we met in the men's room, but I didn't recognize you without my dick in your mouth. And I realized that's a very complex thing to say, because who's gay in that scenario?
I know.
Yeah.
There was a baseball player. Scrovan told me a story about a baseball player. It was very funny. He goes, and I don't want to name him because the guy's pretty famous. He goes, this Spanish guy, he goes, yeah, man, I went back with this couple to the hotel room. He said, I was fucking her. He was fucking her. Then she started blowing him. Then he was blowing me. And then the guy goes, wait, he was what? He was blowing me, and then she was fucking him. And he goes, but don't you think that's gay? No. He was blowing me.
Yeah.
Like that makes it okay.
Right.
Oh. As long as you don't look down, look straight ahead like
Yeah.
a ship's coming in.
Right.
Whoa.
Yeah, what is the cutoff point there?
I don't know. I mean, there was a guy at the Comedy Store, Halloween, true story, that apparently got blown by a gay kid. Obviously, the kid was gay, but he was supposed to be straight. He's like this big Viking guy, and he has a girlfriend or a wife, and they've been kind of just going around to like put the fire out and explaining that he doesn't remember it.
Or he didn't enjoy it.
He didn't enjoy it, but he just came right away to get it over with. But isn't that I mean, it's such. I mean, in some ways it's so juvenile, but in other ways, it could destroy his life.
Right.
You know, at least at that club.
I'll tell you one thing I will never do. I will never have any kind of relationship with a woman that would jeopardize the security of this country.
Why is that? Oh, I was trying to set you up.
No, that's a David Petraeus joke.
That's not a joke. There's no joke there. It's a sentence.
Oh.
What joke?
Bill, was that a joke or a sentence?
Ask me to tell you a joke.
Bill, was that a joke or a sentence? And you don't have to take sides. Bill Broadus is
ask me to tell you another joke.
Bill Broadus is one of the best comedians I've ever met.
Bill Broadus is terrific.
Yeah, but was that a joke or a sentence?
He's not big enough to be on this podcast, but he's good. Kidding.
Okay. No, here's a joke. You want a joke? Young polar bear comes home from school.
No, please.
No.
Please, John.
No, I'm not gonna.
Well, I guess that's it. Is that enough for you guys? Okay, you still awake? Jon Katz, I love you, brother.
Okay, I just have to tell you, this is goodbye.
Now all of a sudden you got energy?
No.
What?
I used to be a camp counselor. There was a kid. I used to drive a van for kids going to day camp, summer camp.
Yeah.
And this kid in the back said to me, they called me Chief John, all the kids. And this kid said to me, and I'll never forget this, "Am I alive, Chief John?" And on that note, down my Irrera.
What was that?
It's a sentence.
It's another sentence. Wow.
I do sentences now.
That's good. You're very, very articulate. Thank you. I don't know what the fuck happened today, but I love Jon Katz, and thanks for being on. I doubt that you'll be on again because of the standards.
Yeah.
Standards of practice.
Right.
We practice higher standards. But thanks, John. Tell
Thank
the family
you.
I love them, and I'll talk to you. Jon
Guys,
Katz.
if you're watching, love your work done.
Hey.
Love you.
Ditto, my friend.
If she had only been